everyone, John here. Just actually showing you some of the driving in Australia when you have to go through some narrow streets and cars parked on one side, the road's not quite wide enough for the truck, and then the roof is quite high, so you've got trees there that the council doesn't always trim to the height of trucks, so it makes it hard. It's alright when it comes to a clear spot like this. They said the weather's going to be about 27 degrees today, which is good, but I think they also said it's going to have gustly winds, which is no good when you have a truck. Because when you have a high back on a truck, it seems to want to move your truck over into another lane sometimes. Very rarely I have to go through residential streets, but sometimes in the western suburbs of Melbourne, which was built years ago, they used to have well they still do have a mixture of industrial areas all combined together, with houses that could be next door to a factory. Over in the southeastern suburbs, of course, that was built a little bit later, so you would have all the zones was put in correctly, so the industrial areas would be separate and the residential areas would be separate to that again. So, but here over this side, as you can see, you can have some factories like there is on the left there, but it's right next to it, it's all residential. So sometimes you have to go down narrow streets where it's even worse actually, because I don't think the council pays too much attention to trimming trees, and yeah, like I said, when your truck's pretty high at the back, if you've got enough room to move around even in the residential area, that's okay, but then you've got to watch for the height of the truck because the trees aren't trimmed. I don't think the council expects trucks to go down there, but sometimes we have to. This used to be a dangerous intersection years ago that we're coming up to, not this one just here, but the one where there's if you can see the overhead bridge, there's a train up the top there. Well, the train used to travel across the road on tracks, but I think there's maybe about 50 or 60 hot spots in Melbourne where the government has built these new overhead rail systems, so that we just have traffic lights on the bottom and the cars and trucks just drive through, but the train station is now up above to make it safer, because we were having a lot of accidents with cars, trucks and people getting hit by trains, so it makes a lot of difference, but it's still pretty tight. For a car it's alright. Sometimes cars actually like when it's like this, because they zoom around everywhere, but when you're driving a truck, you've got to watch your lane widths when the roads are narrow. You've got trees, you've got cars and trucks on both sides of you, and your truck's pretty much as wide as what the lane is. So, and also when you come up to a truck like this, then your mirror sticks out and their mirror sticks out. So you have to make sure you don't clip another truck's mirror as well, because they won't be happy. Easier to drive a truck maybe up in north of Australia, maybe up in Queensland, because up north Queensland the weather's like Thailand, you know, it's tropical, but pretty much the weather is always dry and warm or hot. So every day for truck driving it's always the same. But here you get high winds, you get buckets down with rain, you get ice on the road, freezing cold conditions, you get foggy conditions, and as they say in Melbourne, sometimes you can have that all in one day. So you just have to adjust your driving accordingly to the weather sometimes. Turn up here, the road's a little bit wider, I think, which makes it easier, and then you don't have to worry about the trees either, because they normally get trimmed. One thing you've got to worry about, one of the things you've got to worry about in a truck as well, is if the road is not too narrow, but just enough to get another car in on the inside, you've actually got to, as a truck driver, you've actually got to stay in the middle. It's safer. It might annoy some other drivers, but we actually do that because normally a driver, when they're driving in a car, is just looking in their right-hand mirror, but in a truck, if you've got a little bit of space on the left-hand side, you get cars that try and come up on your inside, and if you move over just a little bit, then you might clip the car, and it's not a matter of whether it's their fault for coming up on the inside. It's actually, you don't want to hit any other car come up on the inside, because the car's always worse off than the truck, and so you don't really want to hurt anybody. Even if they do the wrong thing, you still don't want to see anybody go through that. As you can see, when the cars are in front of you, it looks like they're taking off really fast, but they're not. It's just that when you drive a truck, you're going quite slow. Even when you've gone through all the gears, you can't go at a fast speed really, because you have to be able to brake. You have to have a safe distance between you and the car in front of you, so that you have enough time to brake, because it takes a long time. I think I've said in one of my other videos, it takes a long time to brake. And the other thing is that you also have to worry about what product that you're carrying in the back, because sometimes I might carry some material that's recyclable material or something that you don't have to worry about, but sometimes if I'm carrying finished product, then that's normally strapped down and if you brake too much or you corner too much, then they can move out of position, and makes the truck unstable, and you can damage the product in the back. So you can't really, some drivers do go a little bit fast, they're a little bit like cowboys, but really you should watch your speed. The main thing in a truck, even when you go for your truck license, it's all about safety. One of the hardest things is, like you probably know, when you drive your car and you're coming close to an intersection in a car, it doesn't really matter. You might have to stop abruptly, but you can stop. But in a truck, if you get to that stage where you don't have a lot of distance left for braking, then you have to make a choice whether to slam the brakes on hard. Hopefully you don't have any product in the back that could move around, or you try and keep going and hope that it's safe to go through the intersections. There's some of the things as well you have to worry about when you're driving a truck. One of the major highways now, so I think they've got about 4 lanes there, 4 or 5 lanes, so that should be a bit better. But anyway, that's what I have for you today. Thank you very much. Please subscribe to my channel, and everyone stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you for viewing my channel. Bye bye.